Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti, aka Yogi Lifter Nef, and this is day 15 of the self-love journey, my self-love journey, our self-love journey, and we're continuing to explore the issues surrounding self-love. And today I wanted to talk about boundaries and how important it is for you to have healthy boundaries in every area of your life. Now, psychologists define boundaries as an emotional distance or mindset that places restrictions on people, situations, and things. And this is really for your protection, to protect who you are, to protect what you're trying to become in life. And boundaries, everyone has some boundaries already, but you need to decide for yourself if these boundaries are adequate, if they're sufficient, or if the boundaries are actually used as a means to keep people out. Okay, so there's two ways that can work. Now, your boundaries are going to be dependent on the self-love and sense of self that you have now. And with work, this can be improved, increased. So as you do more self-love work and work on yourself, your boundaries, your sense of self are going to automatically shift and change. The issues surrounding boundaries, of course, are definitely related to self-esteem, because if you're somebody that needs constant approval from somebody, constant validation, you're definitely going to have to compromise your boundaries to do that, because you're not going to always be aligned with everybody as far as beliefs go. We're all individuals. We all have a purpose and a reason for being here. And so if you're trying to be liked by everybody, that's a clear indication that you need to do some work on your boundaries. Okay? Or if you're in a situation where you're being abused, where you're being neglected, where that you're not being treated like the fantastic individual that you are, you definitely have some boundary issues. Okay? Now, how do we identify these things that are causing us to shut down and leave the present moment? It's all about how you feel. Okay? When you're interacting with somebody or you're in a situation, notice how you feel. And there's really only two emotions. Either you feel good or you feel bad. And if you feel bad, chances are you are doing something that's compromising your boundaries. And that's, subjective, because sometimes things that you need to do to compromise those boundaries could actually be very powerful for you, especially if you're using boundaries to restrict yourself or to close yourself off from people or situations. So it all depends on where you are and who you are. If you have issues with self-esteem and seeking approval from others, then you definitely need to work on setting up boundaries. If you are isolating yourself or, coming from this place of fear or very closed-minded, this is my way of thinking, this is how I need to do things, then you definitely need to look at adjusting your boundaries to let more people in, to let more experience in, to let more life in. Because let me tell you, change is inevitable. Growth is optional, okay? And I'll probably say that over and over again throughout this series from this point forward. So I'm going to offer you 3 steps to set up healthy boundaries, how to set up these healthy boundaries in your life. Number 1, I've already kind of touched on, is to identify those people, situations, and things that make you shut down, leave the present moment, that make you want to escape, that make you not feel good, okay? So identify those things, write them down, commit them to memory, like, okay, I know these are the things that are causing me to not feel good, okay? Once you have those things, the second step is to ask for guidance. And this is what I would suggest doing, okay? People are going to offer different steps on how to set boundaries, but number 2 for me is going to be, okay, God, goddess, angels, guides, teachers, I've identified this area in my life that makes me shut down. Help me to set up healthy boundaries. Help me to love myself and set up healthy boundaries so that I'm not putting myself in a situation where I don't feel good. Because I know if I don't feel good, I can't receive, I can't manifest. So pray, ask for help. How can I set up these boundaries? The third step is going to be to stay consistent. So that means that you're going to have a constant awareness. How do I feel in this situation? Does this feel good or bad? And to be consistent. If you're setting up boundaries with other people, very, very important to be consistent, because we are creatures of habit and repetition. And it takes us a while to kind of pick up on patterns and to learn things and to internalize them. So it's very, very important that you stay consistent with your boundaries. Okay? And you also respect other people's boundaries. You stay consistent with respecting other people's boundaries as well. Okay, so those are my 3 tips: identifying those people, situations, and things that make you shut down, learning how to ask for guidance and help to set up these boundaries, and to stay consistent. Okay, so thank you for listening and watching. Mwah, namaste, and bye for now.